With the New York Giants sitting at 6-1 on the season, many, including myself, have pointed the finger at Saquon Barkley as the reason for the team's success. However, despite Barkley's MVP level of play, there is another member of this Giants offense that has had to carry the load nearly just as much, that being quarterback Daniel Jones, who, despite having a very rough 3 years to start his career, has looked quite good throughout the first 7 games of the season. Jones has been playing mistake-free football and has really put the Giants' offense on his back at times during the team's hot start to the season. With all of this success from Jones, the question must be asked: why is he all of a sudden good? Now, I don't mean this in a bad way, as I've always believed in Daniel Jones and could see that not everything wrong with the Giants was his fault. Despite this, I still didn't think he'd be playing this well, as in the course of an offseason, it really seems as if Daniel Jones has fixed almost all of the issues he has had in prior years. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing just how Daniel Jones has been able to turn things around and why he could potentially be the future of the New York Giants at the quarterback position. There are no doubts that Daniel Jones had a very bad start to his career, throwing only 45 touchdowns to 49 turnovers between interceptions and fumbles. In addition to this, Jones also had a lot of struggles with simple decision making that really cost the Giants a lot throughout the last 3 seasons. As easy as it is to blame Jones for all of this, you must realize that for the majority of these seasons, he was playing behind arguably the worst offensive line in the NFL with an extremely inconsistent receiving core. I'm not saying that Jones is blame free, however, he certainly hasn't had it easy. I'm going to break this video down into some of Jones' biggest issues and how he's fixed them this season. That being said, I'm going to be focusing on Jones' awareness and movement in the pocket, his turnovers, and his decision making. We'll start off with Jones' ability in the pocket. During the earlier stages of his career, Jones would often find himself standing in the pocket for far too long, which would make it much easier for him to get sacked. Obviously, the horrid offensive line he was given didn't help, but as a quarterback, you must realize the weakness of your team and work around it, which is something that Jones has struggled with. A really good example of this happens on this play here against the Cardinals in 2019. Before the play even happens, watch number 55 Chandler Jones, as he's lined up on Evan Ingram, who is going to attempt to block him by himself. Daniel Jones takes a snap off a play-action fake, and soon after, Chandler Jones breaks off of Evan Ingram quite easily. However, Daniel Jones doesn't even turn his head, and instead of running or throwing the ball away, he gets smoked and fumbles the football. Obviously, it's hard to be prepared for something that happens so fast, but if you want to be a great quarterback in this league, you must have the pocket awareness and presence to at least try to move or throw the ball away. This is something that Jones has really gotten a lot better with, especially this season, as when you compare that clip we just saw to this one right here, you can really see the improvement. Jones takes a snap in the shotgun and almost immediately is faced with pressure from Travon Walker off the edge and Foye Oluokun off the blitz. Most of the pressure comes from Walker though, who beat Evan Neal on this rep. However, the moment Jones sees Walker get around Neal and head towards him, Jones sprints up, knowing that since Oluokun blitzed, there's no linebacker to watch him and gets the far too easy first down. Jones has always been known for being great with his legs. However, this wasn't always the case in the pocket, so it's nice to see him improve on this, as while the Giants' offensive line did get better this season, it's still not all that good in pass protection. Next, we'll talk about Jones' turnover problem, which has basically been non-existent throughout the first 7 games. So far, Jones only has 3 turnovers on the season, and in all honesty, he only has one that was really meaningful, which was his awful throw in the end zone against the Titans. Outside of that, Jones has 1 other interception and 1 lost fumble, with the interception coming against the Cowboys when on the final drive of the game, Jones threw a pass to David Sills, but Sills slipped on the route, which made for an easy Trayvon Diggs interception. And as for Jones' only fumble on the year, it was on a last-second Hail Mary attempt at halftime of the Giants game against the Packers, so it really didn't make a difference. Regardless, Jones has not thrown an interception in 4 weeks and only has 1 fumble on the season. While technically Jones did throw an interception in the Giants' most recent game against the Jaguars, it was negated by a penalty. I'll wait to talk about Jones's interceptions until we get into his decision making. However, his issue with fumbling has always been a big problem, but it's gotten a lot better with each season. It's really hard to find things on tape that would really show how Jones is improving with his fumble problem, but from what I've seen, he's been smarter. Whether it's getting rid of the ball faster, throwing it away when need be, getting out of the pocket to avoid getting hit, as I mentioned in the previous segment, he's been a lot better with his IQ in the pocket, which has led to a decrease in fumbles. Which, speaking of IQ, this leads you to my next point, which is Jones's decision making, which has vastly improved this season and has really helped him play mistake-free football. Now, when I say decision making, I'm talking for the most part about his past errors of holding onto the ball for too long and not knowing when to throw it away. And even when throwing the ball, he hasn't always been perfect. However, this season has really been the opposite. Yeah, Jones has had some missed opportunities on throws, but in terms of his ball control, he's been amazing. He's getting outside the pocket when he should, throwing the ball away in the right situations, and outside of his interception against the Titans, he has not really made a mind-boggling throw like we've seen in the past. In order to show the difference in Jones's decision making, I'll show you probably the worst play of his career. Here, the Buccaneers are in a nickel formation on defense with a 4-man defensive front. However, edge rusher Shaq Barrett is going to drop back into coverage, and Devin White will be sent on a late blitz. The Giants' offensive line doesn't pick up on this, and White easily slips through. Now, while most quarterbacks either throw the ball away or simply take the sack, Jones does the worst thing he possibly could have done. While I guess you could call this throwing the ball away, it really could not have gone worse. Stuff like this is something that Jones has really avoided this season, as on multiple occasions, Jones has had the chance to make a similar mistake when faced with pressure, such as here. This is a very similar situation here, as Jones is faced with a lot of pressure in a key situation. This time, however, instead of doing something stupid, Jones makes the right decision and simply tosses the ball away to be safe and put the Giants up 2 with the field goal that would happen on the next play. The Giants have needed Jones to play safe football this season. He may not be playing at a spectacular or Pro Bowl level, but he's been doing almost everything right to help get the Giants to their 6-1 start. In addition to the great things he's done through the air, Jones has also been one of the best quarterbacks in the league when running the football, ranking second in rushing yards among quarterbacks only behind Lamar Jackson. This has really helped the Giants' offense not only stay dynamic, but remain the best in the entire league when running the football. You see, a lot of the times when a new head coach is brought onto a team with a quarterback they didn't sign or draft, they often just throw them out to the wolves and set them up to fail in order to bring someone they want. However, Brian Daboll has done the complete opposite, bringing Daniel Jones under his wing and actually working to fix his problems, something that Joe Judge failed to do. At this rate, Jones is more than earning the contract extension he is owed at the end of the season. Not only are the Giants winning too many games to be within the range of drafting a trustworthy quarterback, but Jones's level of play has been enough to at least warrant a cheap 1 to 2 year extension, or at the very least a franchise tag. For now, Giants fans can only hope this level of play and success continues as the season goes on, as regardless of how you feel on Jones, you must at least respect him for playing so well under his 3rd head coach in 4 seasons. And with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. For now though, I'll see y'all later.